Ford, we are local. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Cage Sport Mixed Martial Arts, April 27th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. And great to have you with us for the matinee matchup today, everyone. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. 14 innings last night between these two clubs. What do you say we play 15 more today? I know two guys who would love to do that as we send it upstairs to Dave Sims and Mike Blowers.
All right, Tom, good to see you. Thanks so much. How about the Mariner pitching here against the Detroit Tigers? Yes, the Tigers have won the first two ball games, but Mariner pitching's done a great job against the #1 team in batting average and hits in Major League Baseball.
Well, the graphic says it all in the job that the Mariners pitching has done. When you look at the first 12 games, hitting .307, and now what they've done in this series, hitting just .213, I think says a lot. Yeah, Felix was terrific yesterday. You would expect that. I thought Herron did a really nice job in his first outing. Aaron did, Harang. And then I think if you look at the bullpen, though, the bullpen has been the situation that they've really had to fix here with Stephen Pryor being hurt, right. Litke going down. They're trying to figure things out there, but the guys pitched well again last night to hold that club down after Felix was out of the game. They've just done a tremendous job. So a lot of strikeouts, but a lot of good pitching from the Mariners.
We salute them, and it is well deserved. Let's take a look at some notes from last night. 108 total plate appearances, 40 total strikeouts, second game in live ball era. Each team with 18-plus Ks, 37 strikeouts in the last two games. My goodness, that's by Mariner pitching.
And it doesn't get any easier today, does it? You look at Scherzer and the job that he has done over the last year and a half or so when he's figured things out. You knew he was going to get a strikeout, but Felix was on point last night. Man, he was terrific. Unfortunately, the Mariners lose the game in 14.
Another good-looking pitching matchup is Sashi Iwakuma for the Mariners, who has been very good here in the early going. And then Justin Verlander, all he did was win the Cy Young and MVP back in 2011. He's one of the best in the business.
Well, you look at Iwakuma and the job that he has done since going into the rotation. Last year, he has been outstanding, and he has taken this job and just run with it. When you looked at those numbers comparing him to Verlander today, how about the opponent's batting average? Just a 129 average with him. He has had a little bit of an issue on his finger with the blister, which causes him to maybe get away from his split. Every start is getting a little bit better for him, but you can see the increased velocity, his ability to change speeds. I think he has been one of the top pitchers in the American League, at least for the start of this year and half of last year when he went into the rotation.
Meanwhile, Justin Verlander, 2-1 on 196 at Safeco Field. 4-4 Mariners have had their success against him.
Well, they have, and Verlander, obviously, Cy Young Award winner last year. Everybody knows about the power fastball. I think early on is when you want to get to him, because one of the things that he's changed is his velocity will be 93, 92, 93 in the first couple innings. As the game goes on, you're going to see his velocity go up. Very unusual, but this is one of the premier pitchers in the game.
We are set to see if the Mariners on getaway day can get a game to salvage in this series against the Detroit Tigers before we go to Texas and go to Houston. Last play of the game last night, Justin Smoke came around. He tried to jar the ball loose from Brian Pena. Pena held on, and the Tigers win it 2-1. Let's see what happens today. Mariners, Tigers, first pitch straight ahead. pillowy clouds over the Emerald City, Seattle, Washington. But that is not going to deter us today. Today, the finale of a series against the Detroit Tigers, the defending American League champions. Welcome, everybody, to Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Ruth Sports Crew. Roof has been pulled back. We're ready for baseball as Hisashi Iwakuma takes on Justin Verlander. Let's take a look at the Tiger batting order thrown out there by Jim Leyland.
And leading off, it'll be Austin Jackson, off to a good start this year. Then it's Andy Dirks, Miguel Cabrera. We felt his presence in this series already. Prince Fielder had a tough series, 11 at-bats, 9 strikeouts for him. Hopefully that trend will continue today. Then it's Martinez, Peralta, Avila had last night off. He will hit 7th and do the catching this afternoon. Infante and Don Kelly rounding out the 9 for the Tigers. Take a look at the numbers for Iwakuma. This will be his 4th start, 2-0 record, a 2.18 ERA in 20 2/3 innings, 16 strikeouts to just 1 walk. Great numbers there. An opponent's average just 129. T-Mobile defense. Morris is in left field. Chavez getting the start in center field. Gutierrez the afternoon off. Jason Bay is in right. Robert Andino at third base. Kyle Seager getting this afternoon off. And it's Ryan Ackley at the middle. Smoke your first baseman. And Kelly Shopik will do the catching. Against the Rangers, 6 2/3, just 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 6 strikeouts to the 1 walk, 91 pitches for Iwakuma.
He's got victories against Texas and Oakland, a no decision at the White Sox. Pitched well enough to win that ball game. He has been outstanding. Austin Jackson going to lead it off here. Iwakuma winds and deals first pitch. Swung on, driven to center field. Andy Chavez. So range back, make the catch. 1 out. .51 degrees. I mentioned thick, billowy clouds above. 51 degrees and calm here at Safeco Field. Bring up Andy Dirks. How you feeling, big fella?
Ready to go now. Glad you didn't ask me 2 hours ago. Struggling a little bit after that one last night.
I think everybody was doing that. All the players laid low in the clubhouses today. 14 innings. That baby ended about 11:37.
Yeah. And the guys are, and we all are, we're traveling after the game today. You a morning packer or the night before?
Night before. Get it done, man. Hey.
Say I've always been a morning packer. It hurt me today. That was a tough one.
I still have the old man in my ears. Hey, get it done the night before. You can get up and give yourself a little bit of time. Come on. How about Montero? He and
well-deserved day off.
He and Pena and Bob Davidson, home plate umpire. Boy, did they earn their stripes last night.
Yeah.
Off the plate to Andy Dirks. Jim Reynolds has balls and strikes today. James Hoy at first, John Hirschback at second, and the aforementioned Bob Davidson at third. 2-1. Ryan surrounds, throws off the odd foot. He does that as well as anybody, throwing off the, because a lot of times you want to get, it seems like he's off rhythm, but he gets a ton on that throw.
Well, the thing that makes it look a little bit awkward is he has to go to his right and get all the way around and throw back across his body. But the one thing that Brendan is really good at is, one, getting rid of the ball quickly. And look at how easy that throw is for Justin Smoke to handle at first base, right on the money to throw him out by a step.
2 outs here in the first. That brings up the reigning MVP and Triple Crown winner and birthday boy Miguel Cabrera. Turns 30 today. The deed goes. Jim Reynolds, strike 1. Cabrera wreaks havoc on the American League West. A .330 batting average in 187 games against teams in this division. High fly ball deep left center field, going back. Chavez makes the catch. Andy had it all the way. 7-pitch inning for Iwakuma. Cabrera gave it a good ride. Stays in the yard thanks to Andy Chavez. Doing a good job. Up against the fence, makes the catch. It'll be Andy leading off when we get back to Safeco Field. they've already had a sterling defensive play by Indy Chavez. That was going to stay in the yard. He did a great job on a drive by Cabrera. And how about Iwakuma checking out that blister? Been problematic of late. Let's see how far he can go with it. Take a look at the Mariner lineup that will face 2011 Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander.
Mariners lineup brought to you by Chevron. Indy Chavez, a couple of good catches in the top of the first. He will lead off, and it's Bay Morales, the DH today. He's had success against Verlander, 389 average for him. And it's Morris Smoke Shopik in the lineup today, hitting 6th. Ackley Andino will go over to third base, hit 8th. And Brendan Ryan rounds out the 9 for the Mariners. Take a look at Verlander, his 4th start of the year, 2-1 record. ERA at a 1.96, 18 in the third inning, 17 strikeouts for him, 7 walks. He's given up 1 home run this year.
A lot fewer bullpens during spring training for Verlander. And starting to really work into more consistency with his fastball. Makes yet another start here. 9-6 career against the Mariners, 4-4 here at Safeco Field. 1-1 to Chavez. 0-for-3 career against Verlander.
When you look at those velocities on the first 2 fastballs, Dave, just 90 miles an hour. He's one of those guys, the first few innings, he'll be around 90, 91. And typically as he gets into the game, you'll see that velocity go way up. At times he'll be 95, 96 miles an hour.
Two and 1 to Chavez. Outfield. A couple steps towards left.
When you take a look at the velocities by inning for Verlander, and you can see clearly as he gets deeper in the game. Look at that velocity in the 9th inning. 97 miles an hour, 93 in the first, 97 in the 9th. Average speed just over 94 miles an hour. But that's something he started last year, and obviously it worked well for him winning the Cy Young Award.
That's crazy. That is really something.
Well, it makes it tough as a hitter, too, because you know in the back of your mind, even early, if you get behind the count, he has the ability to pop one in there at 97, 98 miles an hour. That's something you always have to keep in the back of your mind, which is going to make his off-speed pitches more effective.
2-2 to Chavez, leading it off for the Mariners. And he swings and misses, 1 down.
You look at the team oval defensive alignment for the Tigers. Dirks is in left field. Austin Jackson in center. Don Kelly getting the start out in right. Torrey Hunter gets the afternoon off. Cabrera at third. Peralta and Infante at the middle. Prince Fielder, the first baseman. And Alex Avila had last night off in the lineup this afternoon.
Verlander using fastball 54% pitches last year as he throws to Jason Bay. 60% plus right now in the early going in this season. See, they behind 0-2. He's 3 for 7 against Verlander. Piece of it to keep this at bat going. Bay, a late entrant to last night's 14 inning affair. He scored badly on that one. He goes down swinging, 2 outs. Verlander, 2011 Cy Young Award winner and MVP. 2 strikeouts to the board already.
Well, after a couple of fastballs, looks like a hard slider down and away from Jason Bay. I'm talking about that fastball percentage. Their first 10 pitches, 40%, 4 fastballs, 6 off-speed pitches for Verlander.
Your point about how good his fastball is. Last year, Strasburg priced a margin more than Verlander. Top 5 guys in fastball velocity. 94.3 is what Verlander averaged. Strasburg was at 95.6.
And I would venture to say that if Justin Verlander wanted to get up over that 95-mile-an-hour mark, he could average over that.
Line drive. Jackson tracking. Can't get it. Gets by him. Extra bases for Morales. The left fielder Andy Dirks is there to get it back into the infield to a 2-out double for Morales, his second two-bagger of the season.
Well, we showed you in the lineups that Morales is the man in the lineup that has had success against Verlander, a 389 average. This is an off-speed pitch, able to stay back long enough to drive it into the gap in left center field. Good hitting by Morales. 77 miles an hour on that last pitch. Ball checks up on Austin Jackson and kicks behind him, so it's an easy double.
2 outs with Morales at second. Good backing up by the left fielder Dirks. Morales 1 for 4 on last night. This game gets a base hit here as Morse fouls one off. Morse last night 1 for 5. He's 5 for 21 on the series. On the homestand, I should say. Said his fingers, you know, it's still broken, but he's dealing with it. Overlapping grip there. 1. Felix Hernandez was brilliant last night. It's almost criminal that he couldn't get a win. 12 Ks, dominating an outstanding hitting ball club, these Tigers. 8 innings of 4 hit, 1-run ball. The run was unearned. No walks, 12 Ks.
I think we have to give some credit to Max Scherzer and the outing he had too. They were matching each other throughout the day.
When was the last time we saw 12 against a 12 like that? That's amazing.
I don't know that we have.
Yeah. There's Max, saw him earlier today running laps in the concourse, the perimeter of the building here at Safeco Field. Strong performance. Dave Dombrowski, their GM, said that was pretty typical. 12 was a little bit more strikeouts, but his command and control has been pretty consistent. 2-2 to Morse. 2 for 3 career against Verlander. Verlander, the 06 Rookie of the Year. He's a 5-time All-Star. Started the All-Star game, and he's got 12 pages of accomplishments in the Tigers media book. 2-2. Off the fist, fielder will take it. Verlander, and that's going to do it. Morales, a double. Highlight of the inning for the Mariners. Second inning coming up. There's a plan for every fan when it comes to Mariners season tickets. Choose from several ticket plans. including a half season or full season, weekend plans. You can entertain clients with a business plan and a heck of a lot more. So to find out more about season ticket packaging that meets your needs, log on to mariners.com/season tickets. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Next stop for the Mariners will be the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth. Look in from the right field foul pole. Prince Fielder will lead it off.
One more day, Dave.
And then let him do
let
what he
him
does.
Move on, yes. Mariners pitching has handled him in this series. Hopefully that'll be the case for one more afternoon.
0 for 11 as he fouls one off. Sluggers are going to strike out. Mariner pitching got Prince 5 times last night, 4 times the night before. Down the line, long way, but foul. Put it in play last night. He lined out to center. Never put it in play on Tuesday with a fly ball to center. Here's the 0-2 for Iwakuma. There's a base hit. Reached out and rolled through the hole. 1 for 12 for Prince Fielder in this series.
Well, you have to give him a lot of credit on this base. It is a great pitch by Iwakuma. Just take a look at our McDonald's Supermo. It's a split that's down in the zone. It would have been a ball. In fact, you could see Shoppett getting ready to block that pitch, but he stayed with it at an 0-2 count and ends up with a base hit.
That's really good.
That's really good hitting. Yeah.
There's Victor Martinez. Four for 10 in this series. Five, Victor. It's the year because of microfracture surgery on his left knee. Accomplished hitter. Really good catcher in his early days with Cleveland. Fouled off our first midweek matinee. Folks around the Greater Pacific Northwest and around on MLB at Bat. MLB at Bat 13. Text in and let us know where you're watching us from. We've heard from folks in Alabama, the Netherlands have checked in, Florida. Of course, all around the Great Pacific Northwest. 1-1 here to Victor. Off speed pitch in there for strike. Kuma's had a lot of success with his fastball this year as well. Coming into this game ranking 5th. Batting average against his fastball 105.
I think it's because of that slow curveball and his split that his fastball sneaks up on some hitters.
Remember he did that in Chicago.
Today his fastball has been around 88, 89 miles an hour, but we've seen him at times 92, 93. Yep. I think the big concern with him again is his fingers and the issues he's having with some skin on there throwing his split. That's his out pitch, especially to the left-handed hitters. His last outing he didn't throw as many because of that. But that's a big part of his arsenal.
Lister began, I want to say, what, next to last start in spring training, I think.
Yeah.
1-2. Martinez able to hold 2-2. Two pitch. Bouncing ball, Ackley. They get Fielder. And they get Martinez for the double dip. Certainly helped having that personnel on the base path, that's for sure.
Good play by Ackley. Gives Brendan Ryan a good feed to work with. You can see Field just getting out of the way. A nice turn for the Mariners. One of the tougher ones when you have to go to your left as a second baseman. Quick pivot, make an accurate throw to your shortstop. Those two make it look easy.
Strike one to Johnny Peralta. 2 for 9 on the series. 0 for 4 last night. Johnny straight away in the outfield. 1-1. Chavez coming in. Can't get it. Good base hit. Hit of the inning. Second hit of the game for Detroit.
This looks like a slider. 83 miles an hour out over the plate. Peralta stays with it. One of the things that was so impressive about Felix and the rest of the pitching staff last night is considering the Tigers were the #1 hitting team coming into the game last night. Second in runs scored. And they shut them down. You know, one of the other things in the game too that was lost last night, which actually gave them a chance to come back and win in the 14th inning, was the job that Blake Bevan did. Blake came in, he had the bases loaded with nobody out, and he ended up giving up the 1 run. But to hold this team to 1 run with the bases loaded and nobody out, I thought was a good job, and gave the Mariners a chance in the end. Obviously didn't work out when Smoke was thrown out at the plate, but Blake, who's been trying to figure things out, came in and pitched well.
Mariners trying to make something happen on that last play. Throw was up the line right into Smoke. Didn't have a problem with him being waiting around.
No, I didn't either.
Especially the way the team was struggling, trying to get runners, score runners in scoring position. Hey, you get an opportunity, make them make a play. That's a baseball exit.
Yeah, I agree. And Eric Wedge was limited. You know, both sides really running out of pitching, but Eric didn't have any bench left. He'd used everybody up earlier in the game, and here you are in the 14th inning, and you have a chance. Tigers made the play. They had a good relay play, a good throw to home. And then when Smoke hit the catcher.
Up the middle off of Iwakuma, Ryan there. And throws out Avila. 1-6-3. Good defensive inning for the Mariners coming up. It'll be Smoke as the kids. They're going to run up some plastic numbers today. Go get them, Pops. getaway that's functional and fashionable. First 20,000 fans going to pick up a must-have fashion accessory, so get your tickets now. Mariners Beard Hat Night, Mariners.com. Sunglasses, we're told, not included. Well, here's Justin Smoak. Tried to tie it up last night, was thrown out at the plate. Really good operation by the Detroit Tigers. 9-3-2. Put out. Strike one to Justin. 2 for 5 with a home run against Verlander. 1 for 5 ball game last night. 7 for 33 in the homestand. Smoke to be followed by Shopik and Ackley.
Good to see Justin starting to mix in his hits, gaining some confidence. Noticed that with Kyle Seager lately. Kyle with day off. You know, the next thing that you're seeing is to watch him drive the ball a little bit more on a more consistent basis, but at least he's mixing in some hits now, which is a good sign.
Thank you.
1 for 2 in Tuesday 6-2 Detroit victory. Went 1 for 3 Sunday against Texas. For 3 call. Verlander painted that outside corner. That's his 3rd strikeout. 1 out here in the 2nd inning.
All the pitches are away, and this last one's a good fastball, 93 miles an hour. Justin thought it was off the corner. Home plate umpire Jim Reynolds said it wasn't. Let's take a look at the tracer, and that ball just off the plate, but Verlander gets the call.
There's Kelly Shopik. Jesus Montero, the happiest man in the clubhouse, seeing Kelly Shopik arrive today at the ballpark.
That is a fact.
Jesus caught all 14 last night. Good family day. A lot of real little guys and gals. And I was surprised how many Detroit fans been in the house the last 3 days. One to Shopik. Fouls it off. Kelly 4 for 19 career against Verlander. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2.
Every day.
One hit for the Mariners. Kendrys Morales, a 2-out first inning double. Gets through. Wheeler takes a look at his glove. 2-2. Mariners made a roster move earlier today. They sent Laframboise back to Tacoma, recalled Hector Noesi. Wade said it's his day to throw. He can give his length if necessary.
And both bullpens in trouble after last night's game. So not surprised to see him make an adjustment out there.
Back-to-back Ks here for Verlander. 4 in the afternoon so far. 2 outs here in the second. Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Deep in the heart of Texas. That's where we're going for the next 6 days, and then come home for the Angels' first look at them and the Baltimore Orioles. And that'll get us into the month of May. Wonder if we'll see Jason Vargas. The Angels come to town, and got knocked around pretty hard a couple nights ago.
Yeah, he did. Off to a slow start. Dustin Ackley with a couple of hits last night. Last 2 at bats, solid line drive, base hit back up the middle, and then he hit that double in the corner where Smoke was thrown out at the plate to end the game. But he hit the ball hard a couple of times, so hopefully that'll get him going.
1-1 the count. Ackley 6 for 29 on this homestand.
28 pitches, 20 strikes for Verlander.
2-1. Wood still pleased with his team. Just needs the offense to get going. He likes his pitching, likes his defense. We knew that coming in. 2-2. Still have a chance to be a really good ball club. Got a hit.
Now, I was talking to him yesterday, and he was also trying to figure out what his bullpen was going to look like. I think it really hurt them, Stephen Pryor going down, and so he's trying to figure out how the rest of that's going to come together for him. It looks like Katz will be the guy in the 8th inning to try to get the ball to Tom when they have a lead. And as you mentioned, the Wessie joining the club today. Bevan has gone from the rotation out to the bullpen.
On deck, Rebert and Dino. 3-2 to Ackley. And another base hit. It's a great sign. Ackley starting to get his barrel to the baseball. Second hit.
Well, it's amazing. You get a couple of hits the night before, gain some confidence. This is a pretty good pitch by Verlander. An off speed right on the outside corner that he stays with, doesn't roll over on it, and hits it back up the middle for a line drive base hit.
3 consecutive hits now for Ackley.
That's one of the other things that Eric was talking about on the offense is the younger guys to start getting it going, and he knows that it's early and you have to give people an opportunity to start swinging it, but that would certainly help.
Ooh.
Get Michael Saunders back will help also.
He went down. See his game blossoming right in front of us. And Dino looks at ball 1. Saunders then to near to your right, Seager in the middle, and Stephen Pryor to your left. Is yet to attempt stolen base. Ball back. Ackley with 13 stolen bases last year. Caught 3 times.
That's a number that certainly can go up for him. He should be in that 20 range, somewhere in there.
I'll see it and raise you another 7 or 8.
Yeah, and I think so. But obviously his on base percentage has to go up. He needs to be out there more often to get those numbers.
1 hop for Walton. Goes to Infante. That'll do it for the Mariners. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. 2 complete, no score. by Jack in the Box. The Chipotle Chicken Club combo is back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. Try one today with fries and a drink for just $4.99 plus tax. By Auburn Volkswagen, Das Auto, and by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. Clouds, they were moving. Early this morning here at Safeco Field, we had some sun, none right now. Thick, billowy clouds. Both the ballpark is Omar Infante to lead it off here in the top of the third against Sasashi Iwakuma. Iwakuma gave up a couple of hits in the second inning, double play his best friend. Strike 1-1.
Both starters again being aggressive in the strike zone. Iwakuma now 24 pitches, 17 strikes for him. 8 batters faced, 6 first pitch strikes, which was a big theme of last night's game.
Well done on the one hopper. Kuma throws him out. 1 down. Bring up Don Kelly.
Iwakuma, a good fielding pitcher. Right back to him. A nonchalant backhand, lobs it over to first.
Don Kelly, slow start for him, 1 for 13 on the season. Utility guy. Playing in right field today. Good view from straightaway center field. Cheese in the toe. Two-0 to Kelly. From here, Detroit goes down to Anaheim, take on the Angels. High ball left field, easy play for Morse. 2 outs. Top of the order in Austin Jackson.
Akuma's fun to watch, isn't he? Even with his fastball today, 88 miles an hour, but the way that he pitches inside, he'll pitch on the way, obviously, but he'll also elevate his fastball at times, and those aren't accidents. He uses that entire box. When we show you the tracer, he can throw his fastball all around that. And at 88 miles an hour, last night we were talking about just velocity in the game. A lot of hard throwers in the game last night, including the starters. A little bit different style, but he's effective. There's slow curveball at 71.
Very nice. Again, that confidence, the body language is great. Talked to other teams, as we mentioned the other day, Dave Magadan, the hitting coach with the Rangers, very impressed with his ability to consistently change the eye level. Ahead of Jackson here 0-2. See that split finger grip. Ryan gobbles this up. Nice inning. 9 pitches for Iwakuma to get through the third. No scores. He duels with Justin Verlander. Way to go, young man. Are you the ultimate Northwest Mariner fan in the state of Oregon? Then Root Sports is looking for you throughout the month of May. Capture a photo on Instagram or Twitter with hashtag UltimateNWFanOregon, showing why it should be you. You'll be entered to win a trip, a VIP experience, a Mariners Fan Appreciation Night, September at Safe Go Field. Official rules, visit rootsports.com. It's a great hat. That nap time, I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother would babysit me for a while. As soon as the World Turns would come on, I know it's time to shut it down for a half hour. Grandmommy, the world is turning. The graphic.
Right.
Great 1950s TV graphics.
I have a feeling there'll be a bunch of us sleeping about half that trip away today. Won't be a problem when the guys get on the plane.
I'd say quite shortly after takeoff, we may want to pull that one and see who's out first. Brendan Ryan will lead it off.
First things first, let's try to get a win in this series.
Oh, man, we know it. 1-1. Ryan just 2 for 23 in the homestand. Knocked it up. Backing up is Infante. 1 out. Let's take a look at our money tree in time play. And Andy Chavez, who we're going to see here in a second, makes a heck of a catch here off the bat of Miguel Cabrera. Franklin Gutierrez getting a day off. Played the last 3 days. Well, we all like that pickup late spring training. We saw Andy Chavez is back.
They
nice.
can do some things for you.
Yeah. Like that shows butt. Let's see. Fans are watching all over. Let's see. Lewis and Clark College. Good to hear from you guys in the cafeteria. Don't forget to get your work done too, huh? Craig enjoying it.
What would you want to be a downer on their day right now? By the way, that's not happening.
I know. Just want to get on board. So somebody says it to him, you know. Sandy and Mom watching from Tacoma. Good deal. Got a fan from Jersey, says he watches it every game, no matter how late it is. I heard from a guy in Jacksonville last night. He said, for crying out loud, it's 4 in the morning. I got an exam here in a couple hours. Can you end the game? It was great. Jacksonville, Florida. Barry from North Bend was here last night. He said, nah, I'll check you guys on the TV today. Here's the 1-2. Andy.
The good news for the Mariners is they picked up at least a hit in each of the first 2 innings. And mix in a walk and a base hit here and there. Verlander is going to be tough to get to, but if you can get his pitch count up, that's spoiled that pitch. Pitch well off the plate away.
Cost him a bat too. He's got to go get another one.
44 pitches working here in the 3rd inning for Verlander.
Verlander out of Manikin-Sabat, Virginia, in his 8th year. Turned 30 back in February. Big guy, 6'5", 225. One, 2. It's going to be interesting. Indy runs well. Charging Cabrera can't make an infield hit. 3rd hit for the Mariners today. Comes with 1 out here in the 3rd.
It was good at bat by Andy Chavez. Had to spoil some pitches, was fouling some pitches off, and ends up getting this little chopper infield base hit. Another pitch that was up, probably off the plate away, and it was as you look at the tracer. Only chance Cabrera had was to try to barehand it. Doesn't come up with it cleanly, so that's an infield hit for Indy.
He said Bay struck out his first time. Indy's yet to attempt to steal. That is a big league pop. Coming in left fielder, Indy Dirks, out number 2.
That'll bring up Morales. Morales with a double. 2 outs in the first, hit a double in the left center field gap.
Who's Morales?
I have a feeling he's just going to be Mr. Steady this year, don't you?
Yeah, well, I really like what I see to this point in game number 17. Morales, Mariners' best hitter, runners in scoring position at 583. 7 for 12. Nobody else close. One 0 pitch. Takes a big hack, man. You know he means business.
Trying to get on that first fastball, missed it. The thing I like is he'll make his adjustments during his at bat. He saw the big swing there. Didn't have a strike. Had a fastball to hit. Fastball that was up in the middle of the plate. Missed it. He can tone it down when he needs to. That's the reason why I think when you see his numbers, runners in scoring position, they go up, because then he kind of stays up the middle of the field a little bit more controlled type of swing. And I understand sometimes a base hit is good enough. Here with a runner on first, he's trying to drive him in with a couple of outs.
Morse on deck if he can keep it going. 2 outs, 1 and 2 the count with Indy Chavez at first. There he goes. Throw by Avila on the bag. Did they get him? They did. Nice tag applied by Johnny Peralta. All right, so Indy's thrown out. That means Morales will lead off in the 4th. Morales, Morse, and Smoke. Nice throw by Avila. Better tag by Peralta, as that ball tailed, took him right to the runner and got him before Indy could reach the bag. DET.com at bat. It's the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Mariners baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Mariners.com for details. What a great service.
Shots we've had of the kids today have been outstanding.
Yes, they have. Way to go, fellas and ladies. By Mark Engelbrecht. Our director and Curtis Wilson, our producer. There's Andy Dirks to lead it off, followed by Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder, 2-3-4 for Detroit. And again, belated kudos to all the fans who stuck around through 14 innings
Quite
last
a few of
night.
them did.
A lot did.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Way to go, Mariner fans. Wasn't a big crowd last night. 14-9-8-1, but a lot stayed till the very end.
Look at that curveball. 72 miles an hour, steals the strike on the outside corner.
And I would be remiss if I didn't give belated kudos to our TV viewers who hung in through the end as well.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, a fellow in Jacksonville, Florida, and everybody up here in the Pacific Northwest. One and two to Dirks, grounded out to Ryan his first time. Oh, that's a good pitch. That's a good pitch. First strikeout for you, Akuma.
You know, it's what I was talking about with the timing that he has on his pitches, and watch his hitter kind of lulls in the sleep with the slow curveball away and then pops the fastball in there 90 miles an hour. You can see the great run that he gets on that fastball. And if you're going to do that to a left-handed hitter, you were talking about his confidence earlier. You better have supreme confidence in the ability to do that, because so many times pitchers are worried about that ball running out over the plate and getting hurt. Probably the best that I've ever seen at it was Greg Maddux. He would throw that pitch in there and run it back and steal strikes off the left-handers, throw it at their hip. You better have a lot of confidence doing that, because if you miss by just a small margin, you're in the danger zone. But we've seen him do that a lot this year with the left-handed hitters.
Cabrera took Chavez to the fence in deep left center field, first time up. 1-1.
I think he's somebody that it would be tough to throw that slow curveball to.
This guy?
Yeah, because he stays back so well, and his hands are always in great position to attack it. And he's just so strong at the plate.
I think that the home run he hit off the good pitch off the plate from Harang in the first game, I think that's going to stay with that visual staying with me for the rest of the year. Quality pitch.
Well,
pitcher.
Because of that, you'll have a real good appreciation when you think about the numbers that he's going to put up by the end of the season and how he's able to do that.
You mentioned last night too. Not only is he hitting power, he hits for average. He's a triple crown winner. I know, it looked like he just some spirit just rose out of the ground. What was that?
Why did he throw it up there? Barely cleared the grass. Well, you know what that was? That was the curveball that we were talking about, and I don't think Iwakuma was real sure he wanted to get it anywhere near the plate.
That was beautiful. 2-2. Boy, he can hit. Can I tell you?
Take a look at this last pitch. That's the changeup down at the bottom of the strike zone. It is in the middle of the plate.
But Cabrera's last, his Amica hot zone is just ridiculous. This is his 6th year in Detroit. He's gone 292, 324, 328, 344, and 330.
You can see on that Amika hot zone, the 172, that pitch is down and away from him, and that's where Iwakuma tried to get the changeup, but it ran back towards the middle of the plate. It was down, but it was in the middle of the plate, so he doesn't give you much of an area to pitch to.
Felix Hernandez did a good job against Cabrera last night. Felix went 8 and held Cabrera 1 for 3. First strike, backed him up at the inside corner against Prince Fielder. Singled to right on an 0-2 pitch back in the second inning, leading off. Went out, got a low pitch that was out of the zone and got it through the hole on the right side. Got in on his hands. Tag, throw, double play. Well done by Dustin Ackley. Good job. Harris Turner's second double play in the ball game. No score here at Safeco Field. Solid defense by Dustin Ackley. Smart play and a slow runner at Cabrera. Did he actually get him? That was close enough. John Hirschbeck sold it. Cabrera kept on going with the play right here. Ackley throws. Well, it did look like he might have missed him there, but John Hirschbeck said, hey, you're out. Jim Leland came out.
Well, it's Hirschbeck's call on that, and even if he didn't tag him, if he felt that he went out of the baseline to avoid the tag, he could still call him out. And Jim Leland came out, had a conversation with Hirschbeck. Hirschbeck, veteran umpire, has been around for a long time. Looked close whether he tagged him or not on his shirt.
Here's Morales again. He had a 1-2 count when Indy Chavez was thrown out trying to steal for the third out in the home third inning. Kendrick's doubled in the first inning, center field.
Good changeup.
All 2 strikes. Good duel. Verlander, no runs, 3 hits. Iwakuma, no runs, 3 hits. Verlander struck out 4. Iwakuma 1. Neither's issued a walk.
He's not giving into him. We haven't seen a fastball. All those off-speed pitches. Barely gets a piece of that last one, cued it off the end.
Here's the 1-2. Center field, not deep. Jackson with the catch, one out. Bring up Michael Morris. Rounded out the first of the 2-2 pitch, ending the first inning. Well, last night was something. 2-1, 14-inning loss for the Mariners. Third time Felix didn't get career victory number 100. Ian Scherzer matched 12 Ks. Smoke thrown out at the plate on the Ackley double. 40 combined strikeouts. Pitching staffs went crazy. 19 M's were struck out, 21 Tigers.
Real way from tying the record. 43 was the record. I believe it was 71, right, between the Angels and the A's.
Yep. One out, nobody on for Morse. Bender's in there for strike. Texas playing at the Cubbies, down 6-2. Bottom of the 8th in Chicago. Here's the 0-2 to Morse. Swing and a miss. That pitch running away from him. That is strikeout number 5. Verlander. 2 outs here in the Mariners' 4th. Strikeouts on the increase in the American League. Little league records for strikeout rates have been set each of the last 6 seasons. 13 on pace. Wow. 5.02 plate appearances per strikeout. 16% increase.
I think there are a number of factors in that reason why they're up. I think one, a lot of the kids watching, they like to see the home run, so that's what they all have, the big swings. And then probably the biggest one, though, is the types of arms we're seeing today, Dave. All these bullpens have guys that are throwing 95 plus. You have Verlander who can do that. Last night, I mean, just a number. Take a look at the pitching and compare 2012 to 2003, and just the increase in the number, the sheer number of pitchers with the increased velocities. Look at those percentages. It's off the charts, and that just makes it a lot more difficult.
How about throwing 90 plus, 88% increase since 03? That's crazy. 1-1 to Smoke. Felix Hernandez has had his hand in many of those strikeouts. He's well over 1,500 now for his career. Good buddy Franklin Gutierrez. Day off for him. One, two. Just got a piece of that.
I was having a conversation with some people the other day about it. And I think the way I tried to explain to them is every now and then you would see a closer that would come in and throw 95, 96 miles an hour. Percival was one of them. Back when I was finishing up my career in '99. The Mariners alone have 4 guys out there right now that throw that or harder. You think Capps and Pryor, and Tom Wilhelmsen, and Oliver Perez, the left-hander. All those guys are rushing it up there, and that's just in one bullpen. You saw Medina, who just called up the other night. He was throwing 95 miles an hour.
A lot of times you sit up here and go, "Hey, good luck, pal," when you go to that batting box.
It really is remarkable that there are so many pitchers that throw as hard as they do, making it more difficult. And you don't see the starters going as long as they used to. You know, you have the guys at middle relievers in the 7th, and then the setup guy and your closer.
Broken bat, finds a hole. Smoke is aboard. Infante knocked it down. It's a base hit for Justin Smoke.
Gets in on his hands, but he's strong enough to get it to the hole. Infante, the second baseman, will dive for it as you see it go by Prince Fielder, and it goes off of his glove. If he catches it cleanly, Verlander did his job. He was over covering first. I think they would be able to throw out Smoke, but the Mariners now have a hit in each of the first 4 innings. Only one base runner to second base, and that was the double that Morales hit in the first. He's been the only base runner from either side in scoring position today. Mariners 0 for 1, and the Tigers haven't had an opportunity yet.
Kelly Shopik struck out his first time. 2 down here with the man aboard. Fourth hit for the Mariners. Smoke not a running threat. Pitch from Verlander. Giving chase to Kelly, but he's got no play. Shopik batting in a 6-hole today. Dustin Ackley's on deck. Ackley's got hits in his last 3 at bats. Pitch has been very effective thus far for Verlander. Ball and 2 strikes. Verlander set. It comes to 1-2. Throw to first. Shopik making Verlander wait. Comes to 1-2. Back up the middle. It's a base hit. So back-to-back base hits for the Mariners. Bring up Dustin Ackley. I mentioned Hanover's last 3 at bats. He's got 3 hits, 3 for 3.
And a good job by Kelly Shopik. Stays on this breaking ball away from him. Hits it back up the middle. In fact, he hit it right over the head of Verlander. He shoots it back up the mound and into center field.
Two-out uprising here for the Mariners. 5th hit of the afternoon.
And now the Verlander in a little bit of trouble. You can see the velocity of his fastball jump up. That one at 95 miles an hour.
Another one back.
And that one at 97. Must be nice to have that in your back pocket when you need it.
Right. Serious reserve tank. Breaking ball on backdoor maybe here. Stay with the heat.
He's been using his changeup a lot more to the left-handers. I wouldn't be surprised if he climbs the ladder and tries to throw one up out of the strike zone at, again, 97. There it is, the breaking ball. Good call. Dustin swings right over the top of it.
That is the 6th strikeout for Verlander as he gets out of a 2-out, 2-on situation in the 4th. hockey trivia question for this afternoon. Have the Mariners ever played an extra inning game without their pitchers recording a strikeout? A yes or a no? I'll go with no.
I would say no also. Unlikely. Yeah, no.
Gets the answer in a little bit. Victor Martinez is going to lead it off. Top of the fifth. Mariners defense has come up big. Couple of double plays to help out Hisashi Iwakuma. Kuma struck out 1, hasn't walked anybody. Verlander's K'd 6. He's not walked anybody. Martinez, Peralta, and Avila. 5, 6, and 7 for Detroit.
Post-game show last night, Eric Wade was talking about needing somebody to come up with a big base hit. Well, you need it today, too. The Mariners have had a couple of opportunities. Granted, both of them have come with 2 outs, but somebody needs to come through. Iwakuma, on the other hand,
he's doing his job.
He's doing his job, yes.
Man. Martinez bounced into the first double play. That was in the second inning. The next one came in the fourth.
The thing with Iwakuma right now is he's been efficient with his pitches. This next pitch will be 48 for him. It's always important. I think maybe even more so with him because of the blister he's having, the issues with. He can get in, on and off the field as quickly as possible without having to throw a lot of pitches. Obviously, he'll be able to go deeper in the game. When I was talking to Carl Willis about it, he was saying that between each start it should progressively get better, but at the time he thought it was going to be probably 3, maybe 4 starts before it was healed. This is obviously his 4th start, and he's still having some issues. You can see him messing with it a little bit.
It's got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. And it's on his split, so for the split to work, you have to throw it with conviction, and you're not real sure about it. You anticipate the pain. He may hang a couple, but so far he hasn't. Even right at his first outing of the year when he was really having issues, he would still let it go.
Payoff to Martinez. It's the first walk of the ballgame. Bring up Johnny Peralta. Catch new episodes of Mariners All Access every Sunday throughout the season prior to the Mariners pregame show. Going to get exclusive sights and sounds from the week's play on the field. And if you missed Sunday's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Peralta single to center, his first time up.
Interesting, yeah. Octavio Dotel getting loose in the pen. Verlander looked fine to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe he's just getting loose to see how he feels if they need him later in the game. He's just lobbing the ball out there right now.
Dotel faced 1-2 batters last night, gave up a single and a walk. Foul back. Still checking in from around the country. Phil White watching in Herdsfield, North Dakota. You got Mike Barr in Jacksonville, Florida. 0-2 here to Peralta. double play depth. Martinez not a speedster. Peralta's got about average speed. He's good to go, says James Hoyt. 2-2.
He had him 0-2, and he's made a couple of really good pitches. The third pitch in this at bat I thought was a strike, and then this one was just below the strike zone. He thought he had a check swing to put him away, but didn't get the call. Boy.
Two. Went in there again. 3-2.
Well, you can see on the tracer when he's missing, he's not missing by much, but nice if we were able to get one of those calls. Now he has a 3-2 count.
Alex Avila is on deck. Grounded down his first time, grounded out to short. Off the glove of Iwakuma. Martinez takes off. Pitch. Slow roller down to third, and Nino's got the 1 point. Throws out Peralta. Down to second is Martinez. 1 out. Iwakuma, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, no runs, 3 hits given up.
Yeah, 56 pitches, 37 strikes. It shows you sometimes not getting that call earlier in the count. Once it gets to 3-2, it puts Martinez on the move. He certainly wasn't trying to steal the base. Jim Leland was just betting that if the ball was in the strike zone somewhere, that Peralta would put it in play. So he was just trying to stay out of the double play. And now they have a runner in scoring position, which maybe if he gets those calls earlier, you're in much better shape, obviously. So
see how he deals with Tiger catcher. 0-1. Chris Monk's checking in from London, England, watching their baseball. Strike. Count evens at 1-1. Year for Jimmy Leland. Marvelous career. 616 wins in Detroit. 16 under 85 in his career. 15th all time. Left field for Morse. He lost it there for
it did, didn't it?
Second. That sky's not easy. I mean, you can't catch a break sometimes. I mean, on the Sunday afternoon games or Wednesday afternoon games we play here, and then this sky, you got various shades of white and gray up there, and the ball. I mean, sometimes it's like that ball looks like a chameleon. Sometimes, where is it? I had it. Where'd it go?
That's what he looked like. It looked like he saw it fine off the bat, and then once he thought he was underneath it, he was having a tough time picking it back up.
Omar Infante tapped back to Iwakuma's first time. 2 outs. Victor Martinez at second. Pretty well. Indy's got it covered though. And Iwakuma pitches out of a mini jam in the 5th. Take you down to the rotunda as you come into Safeco Field. What a great ballpark. No score as we go to the home 5th. Mariners and the Tigers. Beauty last night. Felix Hernandez, Max Scherzer both go 8. Both struck out 12. 2-1 final. Tigers win in 14. First game, Doug Fister was outstanding as he went 7 innings of 4 hit ball. Aaron Harang not too shabby in his Mariner debut. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs all earned. See what gives here with Andino leading off. Looks like a strike. Robert bounce it to a fielder's choice. Back in the second inning. That's been a good pitch for him.
He's had everything working today. And you look at it, Verlander right now is Andino stepping in. His ERA is at a 1.61.
Oh, brother. Started at 1.91.
And you knew it was going to be tough, and now
Absolutely.
he's on top of his game.
Yeah.
But the good news is Iwakuma right now as we speak is at a 1.75.
Take it. It's down from 218. Well, we've said it for a long time, haven't we? Only had some offense.
Well, I think the thing about it, and I would agree with you, and the numbers will bear that out, but, and we were talking about it at the start of this series, coming into this series and looking at the pitching matchups. This one was going to be tough on both sides, and it has been. Again, the Tigers coming in as the #1 team as far as average goes. They were leading the league in hitting and second in runs scored.
Correct.
And look what the pitching that the Mariners have done on their offense. They've struggled also.
We showed what 213 through the first 2 games in this series.
Right. So
a team that hits coming into today's series, today's game 291. Series opener, they're hitting robust 307 as a team. Not gonna be enough. Yes, indeed, because Verlander didn't get there. Base hit. Any way you can take it.
Mariners keeping their little streak alive of getting at least 1 base hit in every inning. Had 2 hits back in the 4th, but here in the 5th, yeah, you'll take that one. Pitch in off of the plate. And Verlander on the mound just trying to find a way to check in with a base hit, and Andino gets one as he dumps it over fielder's head.
6th hit, 3rd bleeder. They all count. Here's Ryan.
Let's see if Eric Wedge wants to play for a run here. He can bunt, maybe even put on a hit and run. He feels that Brendan Ryan will get a good pitch to hit.
Cabrera playing back right now. Let's see if he comes in on a pitch. He does. Bunt shown. Oh, and that got him. Good grief, he didn't see that.
Well, it was a high fastball.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah, Verlander thinking that Brendan Ryan was going to bunt through a high fastball, trying to get him to pop it up. But instead, Brendan gets his bat above the ball and fouls it straight back. And that's why Mr. Sims is up in the booth and isn't catching anymore.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Got the thigh. They all hurt down that way.
Oh, he hit him right on his hip in that flexor area.
Correct. Haven't seen a guy yet who hasn't flinched after you watch one of those. Am I lying?
No, you're not. Courtesy throw over to first base. I think they were just trying to see if Brendan Ryan was going to show if he was bunting again. He didn't do anything.
Cubbies close out Texas 6-2 final. Milwaukee 7-2 over the Giants, back safely. Ryan gets it down foul. Long look down at Jeff Datz as Datz looks into Wedge. Ryan. There's marching orders here. 0-2. Mariners have had 1 runner to second, 2 runners to second. Biden Morales with a double. Smoke got there in the 4th. Put it in play, and that's a double play opportunity. There's 1, and there's 2. Our next stop down to DFW. CenturyLink to what's next. Joe Saunders against Yu Darvish. Brendan Maurer against Nick Tepich, and Aaron Harang against Justin Grimm. Down in the main concourse. Always great eats at Safeco Field. Lots to see. Nice wide concourses in these modern era stadiums as opposed to the ones we grew up in a long time ago. It seemed like they might have been about 5 or 6 feet across. Now they're about 30 feet across. If you had claustrophobia in those old ballparks, you were in trouble.
It's easy moving around there.
Oh, yeah. One. Swinging chopper. Got Indy a base hit in the 3rd. Tried to get in scoring position by stealing. Was thrown out in his first attempt this season. Tiger pitching. Produced 8 double plays this season, including 1 here today.
That's the good news. 83 pitches now working here in the 5th for Verlander.
2-1. Ran away. Steve Verlander on occasion pitchers. Remember Kevin Millwood, Grant Balfour. You'll hear some things said. Extend our apologies. And Indy's aboard. 2nd time. First walk issued by Verlander comes with 2 outs here in the 5th. Jason Bay. Strikeout, fly to left. Hey, they're actually playing in Colorado. No blizzard today. 3-2 Rockies, bottom 7 over the Mets. Second half of April, and they're fighting snow like crazy.
May not be snowing, but I wonder what the temperatures are.
I'll check. It can't be good. Not the luck they're having. Sure, our buddies Gary Cohen and Ron Darling and Keith Hernandez and the TV crew for the Mets are freezing and not enjoying it. Here's the 0-1. Throw to first. And Drew Goodman, George Frazier, our root colleagues. But they're the homestanding crew there in Colorado. They probably have several overcoats in their booth at the ready. Outside corner, paying an 0-2 hold. Swing and a miss, and Bay is gone. So Verlander gets a double play and a key strikeout in the 5th. 6th inning coming up.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Two right-handers matching zeros here at Safeco Field. And the rain's starting to fall down. So starting to accumulate on our camera lens here behind home plate. Looking over to the president's booth. That's right, Chuck Armstrong not here, but somebody's got to be in charge of the magic button to get the roof going. It'll be pushed in a matter of moments here.
I thought that was you.
Yeah, right.
No?
A whole bunch of zeros. Today's Don Kelly leads off here in the 6th. Center field. Chavez, boy, the air knocked that down. First he looked like he was going to take a few steps backwards. Central Command. That's where the boys. That's where the all-important decisions are. Open it or close it. What do you got? You ready? Ready to. When it's down, hit that bad boy. Make sure it's working. I want to give out a shout out to Paul in Olsztyn, Poland, in the northeast portion of Poland, near Lithuania, almost midnight. Just after midnight, he's watching Mariner baseball from Poland. Wow. There's Austin Jackson, top of the order now here for Detroit. Jackson off to a great start. The Mariners have really held him down. His starts today 6th in the American League in batting. Second to Torrey Hunter in extra base hits with 8 in the American League. 0-2. Sound like they got a piece of shop. Iwakuma struck out 1. He got Dirks looking in the 4th. 1 walk. He got Martinez, walked him in the 5th. Left him stranded.
Just continues to mix it up. Been right around 50% fastballs in the game. Using his slider and his split, occasional curveball.
No problem for Smoke. 2 outs. Checking the weather forecast. What do we have here? Let's see. Doppler radar. It's coming.
Still waiting for the call.
Sounds like waiting on election night.
He's ready.
You ready, my man?
He's ready.
He's ready. We'll record the moment. We'll record the moment for posterity. Foul back off the bat of Andy Dirks. So we've had Holtz and Poland check in tonight, or this afternoon, in London, England. Over on the continent. Multiple folks checked in Washington, D.C., North Dakota, Jacksonville, Brazil 1. Been an effective pitch for him. 0-2. Up high. Tigers have had 1 runner reach second. That was Victor Martinez in the 5th.
You can see he's been efficient with his pitches. A couple of single-digit innings for him.
By the way, 35 and partly cloudy in Denver. Not exactly ideal temperatures for baseball. Here's 1-2. Took a lot off. Well, the button has been pushed, and the roof is starting to close. smattering of cheers throughout the building and people acknowledging, covering in a matter of moments. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, dropped by Shapik, throws down, completes it, and that'll do it for the Tigers in the 6th. Second strikeout, both against Dirks for Iwakuma. The zeros just keep on coming.
With you from the Ford Sports Desk. After today's game, the M's make their way to Arlington, a series against the Rangers. Texas today wrapping up a series at Wrigley Field. Let's pick up the action early. 1-0 Cubs in the third. That changes, though, thanks to Anthony Rizzo. A 2-run shot, 3-0 Cubbies. The next batter, Alfonso Soriano, takes one out. The solo shot, and the Cubs were on their way. A 6-2 win over the Rangers as we rejoin Dave and Mike.
All right, thank you, Tom. Fly ball right field off the bat of Morales. Put away by Kelly for the first out. Morales, Morrison, smoke here in the Mariners' 6th. Verlander struck out 7, walked 1. Benefited from a double play in the 5th inning as the roof continues to close here. Rain starting to come down. A little steadier drizzle as we go on. Michael Morse making his entrance. Music of the Eurythmics. Michael, born and raised on the music of the 1980s. Loves it.
This next pitch will be 90 for Verlander. Nobody throwing in their bullpen. His high this year is 111, which he's done his last 2 outings.
Strike one to Michael. Michael has rounded out the first, struck out today.
Carter Cap starting to throw in the Mariners.
Foul back, 0-2. Carter Cap's warming up. You get so close to the action here at Safeco Field. Great setup.
Seeing Carter heating up in the pen. I wonder if Iwakuma and that blister started to bother him again.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He certainly is in great shape with his pitch count. That's not the issue.
Wheeler tried to backhand that pitch. 1-2. No runs, 6 hits for the Mariners. No runs, 3 hits for the Tigers. Roof about 2/3 of the way closed. Verlander, the 2011 Cy Young Award winner and MVP. 1-2 to Morris. We were talking about soap operas earlier. This does look like the way that roof is closing. The old show, The Edge of Night. It shows sun setting. Chased. He is victim number 8 for Verlander. 2 outs here in the 6th. Revisit our AT&T trivia question. How many have the Mariners ever played an extra inning game without their pitchers recording a K? Mike and I went with no. Fans went with no. Survey says no. No extra inning games without zero pitcher strikeouts. 5 extra inning games with 1. 37 regulation length games. 0 pitcher strikeouts. Wow. Here's Smoke. Strikeout looking and an infield hit. Here's 0-1. And goes. This is Bob Davidson. 0-2. Season high 8 strikeouts for Verlander. His career best is 14.
This next pitch will be 98 for him. 97 pitches for him. 70 strikes. So he probably has one more inning in him.
1-2 to Smoke. 2 out, nobody on. Breaking ball struck him out. Number 9. Back to back here in the 6th. What a ball game. Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by CenturyLink. Your link to what's next. By Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. By the Puyallup Spring Fair. It's Spring Fair in Puyallup, April 18th through the 21st. Come celebrate spring. And by Linwood Honda. Experience the difference. Roof has completed its trek. It's closed here at Safeco Field. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew, and doing a little shop. It looks good. Bend it, brim a little bit, and you'll be good.
I don't think they do that these days. Just keep it straight across.
Yeah, windy. It works. I'm old school. I gotta get a little curve in there, right? Iwakuma Time to look at the blister. Tell you what, he gutted it out through 6 innings. He was outstanding with 2 strikeouts.
He really was. And
6 innings, good work.
Still have to deal with that blister, and now Carter Capps will take over for Iwakuma. Pitch here in the 7th inning, hard throwing right-hander. This will be a different look for the Tigers. 8th appearance for Capps. ERA over 7. High for him. 11 strikeouts though in 7 2/3. He's only walked 2 batters. And for Iwakuma, another good line for him. 6 innings pitched, gave up only 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 70 pitches, 49 of those were strikes. The Mariners have a good one.
Yes, they do. Got up this morning watching some of the shows. Again, we send our support and our condolences to the folks in Boston. The Boston Strong 617. President Obama was in Boston. Memorial services for the folks who lost their lives up there. Certainly send our prayers, emotional support. Look forward to getting to Boston later on in the year after the bombing at the finish line at the Boston Marathon on Monday. There's Cabrera to lead it off. Cabrera, Fielder, and Martinez 3, 4, and 5. Cabrera fly to center and a base hit to left. And it's scorched. Chavez right there, 1 out. Miguel Cabrera is retired. Now Prince Fielder. Single, raced into a double play, and then bounced into a double play.
We're talking about Cabrera, how difficult he is to pitch to. If you look at him today, he's 1 for 3. Okay, a couple of fly outs center field. One of them was a ball that Chavez had to jump up against the fence on, and then that last one was a line drive head high all the way out there. This is tough.
Capps rushing it up there, 94. Through shot. 2-0 to count. Prince Fielder. He's made quite a name for himself. Son of Cecil Fielder, who was an outstanding player for these Tigers. Bulk of his career. Capps being careful, 3-0. Switch hitter Victor Martinez on deck. Back with a strike. Justin Verlander, 6 innings for the Detroit leader of that staff, 9 innings. See if he comes back out. Looks like he's going to. Capps battled right back, 3-2.
The last pitch was his best one. Good running fastball right on the outside corner.
Martinez, you saw him on deck. Payoff here to Fielder. To the gap, that's going to get down. Fielder will rumble into second base with his 6th double.
.95 miles an hour on the outside corners. You take a look at our McDonald's Supermo in the delivery of Carter Capps.
Much better viewpoint from a left-handed hitter than a right-hander, that's for sure. They're going to put Martinez on a pitch to Johnny Peralta.
Going back to what you were just talking about, get the right-hander up there. You have first base open. Peralta 1 for 2 in the game. He had a base hit back in the second inning. He's also grounded out the third.
With that double, Prince Fielder now ties Torrey Hunter for the team lead with 6 doubles. Fielder having a good year. Mariners have held him down. Johnny Peralta's going to be next. Fielder started the day tied with Baltimore's Chris Davis. 19 runs batted in, tops in the American League. Diamond Club is a Mariner fan's best friend. Catch the game in style with the best seats in the house, located directly behind home plate. Enjoy a wide-ranging, all-inclusive menu, full bar, in-seat service, and more. It can be all found at the KeyBank Diamond Club, so buy your tickets today at mariners.com/premium. Love to turn a double play right here, first and second. 1 out here in the 7th. Mariners have turned 2 today. Turns on a pitch upper. And his eyes pulls it foul. Strike 1 to Peralta. Johnny singled to center in the second inning and grounded out to third in the 5th.
First pitch from Carter Capps, a hanging slider right in the middle of the plate. It's been an effective pitch for him, but he has to get it down off the plate. Get some swing and miss on it. There's one. That one right off the outside corner, but still up.
One pitch. Beat him up pretty good there at 1-2. $15,742 on hand here under cover of the roof. That's a good one. Right on time. Carter Capps strikes out Johnny Peralta. Big second out here in the 7th inning.
Went with his best pitch, and that is a really good fastball. This one at 96 miles an hour just throws it by him. He put that slider in his back pocket last couple pitches. Good fastballs that Peralta wasn't able to catch up to.
Eric Wedge hoping young Carter Capps can get out of this situation. He's got Alex Avila, left-hand hitter. Starting catcher who's 0 for 2. Alex had last evening off. Ball 1, Alex. No runs, 6 hits for the Mariners. No runs, 4 hits for the Tigers. 1-0 to Avila. That's his best pitch. Going right after him.
He's turning it loose. Last 2 pitches, his 2 best fastballs at 97 miles an hour.
Chavez in center field. A few steps towards the left for Avila. Base straight away and right. More straight away and left. Not too deep. Pitch. Capps. It's Fielder back. Fielder 0 for 1 in base stealing. Obviously not a stolen base type of situation, especially for him. He's got 17 in his career.
No, he just didn't want him to get too big a secondary lead in case there's a base hit. Give his outfielders a chance to throw Fielder out by keeping him a little bit closer.
1-1. Ooh, Shopik wanted that, so the Capps didn't get it. 2-1. And played umpire Jim Reynolds. Cap's ready. 2 out, 2 on, 2-1 pitch. Took a lot off. Threw it for a strike. 2-2.
Slow breaking ball at 79 miles an hour. See if either the hitter ball anywhere near home plate. He was giving up on the pitch. He's just so used to seeing that 97, the velocity get on him in a hurry. And when it wasn't there, there was nothing he could do. Just take it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch from Carter Capps outside. Nice snare job there by Kelly Shoppick. Count runs full. On deck, Omar Infante, second baseman. Runners are going to move. There they go. Pitch popped up. Taking a look in. Dino might have a play. Morse coming on. Morse is there. Makes the play. Big out. And that'll do it for the Tigers in the 7th as they strand 2. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 2 left. Home 7th coming up in a scoreless ball game. Chances to win some cash. Buy a $5 Mega Millions ticket with a $5 Megaplier and receive a voucher for a chance to win one of 5 $1,000 prizes each week. Play bonus play from Washington's lottery. Do it today. Visit WALottery.com for details. Great atmosphere here. Chilly day. Seattle. Getaway day for the Mariners and the Tigers. No score. Pitching has been outstanding. Justin Verlander is out there for the 7th inning. He struck out 9, walked 1, giving up no runs on 6 hits.
We'll get Shoppick, Ackley, and Andino here in the bottom of the 7th inning. .98 pitches, probably his last inning.
Well, we've been treated to sensational pitching these last 2 nights. Actually, all 3 games.
All 3 games.
Kelly Shoppick to lead it off.
Well, he had a solid base hit his last time up. Had a slider that was down and away from him. Hit it hard back up the middle.
The 0-1. Ball 1 to Kelly. 1 for 2 today. Mariners through the first 5 innings got at least 1 hit against Verlander. Pitched a 1-2-3 6th. included 2 strikeouts. The run is totaled to 9. And 2. Verlander fan behind home plate, third base side. A lot of transplanted Michiganders here. Peralta, Infante, and Fielder in the infield. Dirks, Jackson, and Kelly in the outfield for Detroit, with Avila behind the plate. Well, he really heated that one up. Movement on that. Strikeout number 10. Here's Tom Glasgow.
All right, Dave from the Ford Sports Desk. Let's take a trip down to the farm, not too far away. Cheney Stadium in Tacoma. Last night, the Rainiers taking down Fresno 8-0. But check out the night for Carlos Treyenfeld, 5 for 5, hitting for the cycle. The first Tacoma player to do that since 1997. It was Raul Ibanez who did it. Franklin, Thames, Paxton, all with big nights in T-Town.
Good to hear that, Tom. Thank you. Here's Ackley. Verlander struck out 3 in a row for the last 5. Total of 10. Ackley today, single to right and a strikeout. He's working at a more brisk pace here.
He'd like to put a little bit of pressure on him, get his pitch count up a little bit further, because if he gets a quick inning here, he probably has a good chance to come out in the 8th, and you certainly don't want to see him anymore.
And he's pitching just like that.
Yeah. 105 now, and again, season high 111 his last 2 outings.
Ball and 2 strikes. Tigers won the first game 6-2. They won last night's game in 14 innings, 2-1. 4 hours and 27 minutes. Justin Smoke thrown out. Tying run at the plate in the 14th. There's a 2-2. Struck him out. That's 4 in a row. 5 of the last 6. 11 for the ball game. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Meantime, Ackley's cave. Ackley struck out twice. Shopping, Smoke, Morse, and Bay. And Dino, fielder's choice, and reached on an infield hit. One. Pitching like he's got to get a cab.
He really is. 109 pitches now, 78 strikes, just 31 balls. The first pitch strikes to 19 of the 27 batters that he has faced.
Check down at first base. James Hoy says he did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Check out Mariner Trends on Twitter. Iwakuma. Sure, a lot of fans got to like what he did in his pitcher's duel. Has been outstanding. Verlander's had at least 1 K in every inning except the 3rd. Villarreal and Phil Koch warming up. Both men were in last night's contest. Two and 2 to Andino. Look out. More folks from Michigan. Michigan State, Eastern, Central, Western. Who you for? University of Detroit, Oakland. Who you got? Here's the 2-2. Big breaking ball through the hole, base hit. Robert Andino with 2 outs.
Going to get a pinch hitter. It looks like Brendan Ryan heading back to the dugout. May not seem like much with a couple outs, a single to left field, but again, we're looking at his pitch count. He's on his game, and that base hit will make Verlander throw a couple more pitches, and it looks like it'll be Kyle Seager coming out of the dugout. Kyle not getting the start today. He'll have a chance to pinch hit now.
Seager going to pinch hit here in the 7th. He'll stay on and play 3rd, and Dino will move to short. Kyle leading, tied for the lead in the American League with 7 doubles.
Pitching coach Jeff Jones making a trip out to the mound. Sure, just to go over the scouting report on Kyle. Make sure Avila, the catcher, and Verlander are on the same page.
Coke and Villarreal continue to heat up. Could be a key spot in this ballgame. 2 outs, a man aboard. And after Seager, the top of the order for the Mariners. Verlander struck out 11, giving up 1 walk. Yielded 7 hits. He gets a little Star Wars for his walk-up.
Don Kelly, the right fielder, playing just in front of the warning track. Jackson's deep in center field. So is Dirks out in left. Not quite as deep as Kelly is in right.
Kyle Seager against Verlander, 2 for 3 with a double. The other way, base hit. Andino, good wheels. He'll get to 3rd. He's got the play. They're going to wave him. Here's Andino. Here comes the relay. It will not be in time. Kyle Seager, another 2-out. Huge RBI. Mariners lead 1-0. Only Cabrera and Ethier were better in the major leagues a year ago with 2-out ribbies than Kyle Seager, and he comes through here.
That was a good job of pinch hitting. Get a fastball and turn it loose right away off the bench. First pitch fastball away from Kyle. He hits a solid line drive down into the left field corner. And with Andino's speed, it looked like Andy Dirks, the left fielder, had a little bit of an issue up against the wall, and that's when Jeff Datz, the third base coach, decided to send Andino as he beats it out.
Chavez with a chance to pick up another run. So the inning started swimmingly for Verlander with a couple of strikeouts, and Dino gets a base hit to left, and now the RBI double into the left field corner by Seager. And another double for Seager, his 8th to take over the lead by himself in the American League.
Take a look at Andy Dirks again. Off the line drive by Kyle Seager. Gets up against the wall. Trips up on his feet a little bit. Was tangled up in the corner. Didn't get much on the throw.
Yeah, okay, his foot clipped. Padding out there in left field. Chavez trying to pick up another run. Here's the 1-1. And Dino at first, and he let it go. He hit it all in front of him. He can taste it. Look at him. Love it. 2-1 they count to Chavez. Breaking ball up high, 3-1. Mariners 4-4 against Verlander here at Safeco Field in 8 previous starts, a 4.45 ERA. He's coming up on 120 pitches. Villarreal and Coke still working. 3-1. Verlander in his career, 9-6 against the Mariners with a 3.41.
Next pitch will be 120 for him. 8 hits over 6 2/3, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts for Verlander.
3-2. That might be enough. That's going to get down. Here comes Seager. He's coming around third. Here's a throw from Dutch to the plate. It is not in time. 2-0 Mariners on a base hit by Andy Chavez. Back-to-back ribby base hits for the Mariners, and they now have a 2-0 lead on Justin Verlander and the Detroit Tigers.
Take a look at it. Little looper out into left field. Kyle Seager running. And a good throw by Dirks. And how about Jeff Dash, the third base coach? 2 plays in a row, taking a chance, trying to get the Mariners on the scoreboard as Kyle just gets his foot in on the front corner of the plate. What a good slide. Just straight in, leg straight, get it on the corner before the tag is applied. Just gets it in there.
2 out RBIs as Bay swings at a breaking ball. He's 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts.
Take another look at Kyle. Just the straight in slide and gets to the front corner of the plate right when Avila starts to tag him. In good position by Jim Reynolds, the home plate umpire. He makes the right call.
Two to Bay.
One more look at the slide. His foot pops up in the air, but he's able to get it back down on that front corner just before Avila applies the tag.
You're right. Jimmy Reynolds in perfect position.
Great call.
300th of a second difference right there, and he had it all the way. 0-2 outside to Bay. 3 straight hits have produced 2 runs for the Mariners. Try to get a win in this series against the Tigers. One, 2 to Bay. 95 missed. 2-2. Shorter Caps has a chance to be a winner today. He threw a very fine 7th inning, gave up 1 hit, stranded 2. 2-2, 2 outs. Man at second. Pitch to Bay. Foul back.
His pitch count really starting to get up there on him. 125 pitches now in the game. 88 strikes.
Two and 2. Breaking ball struck him out, but late inning lightning by the Mariners. 2 out base hits by Andino, by Seager, by Chavez, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Single, RBI, ND Chavez. Mariners lead 2-0 as we go to the 8th inning. Hey, Mariner moms and dads, did you know there's a park within the ballpark here at Safeco Field? It's the Seattle Children's Playfield located in center field. It features great playground equipment and concession options for your youngest fans. So the next time your family is catching Mariners baseball, stop by the Seattle Children's Playfield. And there it is at the bottom of your screen there. Kids enjoying themselves out there in center field. A 2-0 Mariner lead. Verlander threw 28 pitches in the 7th inning, gave up 3 hits, a couple of runs, 126 pitches. That's a big league high for the season. Carter Capps in position to be a winner here as Infante leads off. Here's what Verlander did today.
12 strikeouts again for Tiger pitching. Yesterday was Scherzer that also had 12, but 126 pitches. A couple of runs that he gave up, both of them earned. Took the Mariners a little while, but probably able to bunch some hits against him.
It's in off that Seager and his ability to come up big with 2 outs. Remarkable. Ditto Andy Chavez. One to count here to Infante. Fly ball right center field for Jason Bay. 1 down. 1 out here in the 8th. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Verlander thinking about the inning that was. He breezed through the first 2 men, striking out Shopik on a 1-2 pitch. He got Ackley on a 2-2 pitch. And with a 2-2 count to Endino singled to left. Seager pinch hit, first pitch, went after it, got it, and doubled into the left field corner. There's his pitch speed. So we detailed to you earlier in the ball game how he gets stronger as he moves along. There's Don Kelly.
Well, obviously the big hit was Kyle Seager. 1 pinch hitting. You have a runner at first base with 2 outs, and Eric Wedge deciding it was a good time to use Kyle, and he goes up there on the first pitch, hits his double to drive in the first run.
Villarreal will be on for the home 8th. Coming in and can't get it. A little no man's land, split the difference between he and Morse.
Oliver Perez is getting loose in the pen, the hard throwing left-hander. We'll take a look at this little jam shot out to left center field. Chavez was playing deep, wasn't able to get to it in time, so that'll be a base hit for Kelly. There's Oliver.
Pitched an inning and a third, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts last night. Breaking ball for strike. Austin Jackson is 0 for 3. Glove of Shopik 0-2 as Capps gets ahead quickly. Jackson fly to center, ground out to short, ground out to first. And Dino at shortstop, Seager at third. Ackley at second, Smoke at first with Morse, Chavez, and Bay in the outfield for the Mariners. Shopik behind the plate. Ball 1-2. Mosley is Don Kelly. Caps came on in relief of Hisashi Iwakuma. 6 strong innings of 3 hits, shutout ball, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts for Iwakuma. Good heat.
Yeah, really
beats
good fastball.
Jackson. Strike. Carter Capps with his 2nd strikeout since taking over. Root Sports presents the all-new Game Control and interactive second screen experience. It brings you closer to the game than ever before. Get live game stats, trends, and analysis. So visit rootsports.com/northwest. Click on the Game Control banner now to connect and get in on all the action. 2 outs, a man at first for Andy Dirks. And is ground out to second. To short, beg your pardon. Struck out looking, struck out swinging.
Eric Wedge stretching Carter Capps out. This will be 34 pitches coming up for Carter. And Stephen Pryor going on the DL. Staying with his guy right now, hoping he can get the ball to Tom Wilhelmsen.
Good fastball again at 1-2. Two outs. Couple strikeouts for Capps under his belt right now. 1-2 pitch. Nice job by Dirks. Foul out.
Dirks is just trying to get that swing shorter and shorter, trying to catch up to it. That was 96 at the top of the strike zone.
Tough pitch to handle. 2-0 Mariners. 2 2-out RBIs. The bottom of the 7th inning to take the lead. First time since 1984, Tigers starters have recorded back-to-back double-digit strikeout games. And it happened against the Mariners at Tiger Stadium. Kelly Shabbat thought he had a punch out. Bob Davidson said, "Get back in there."
Or he was just trying to sell it. Take a look at it. Kelly, fastball up in the zone. Thinks he has the check swing. Asks for it and just starts walking to the dugout. Come back and see another pitch anyway.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, man at first. 2-0 lead. Took a lot off it. Fly ball, hooking foul. Broken back. Do it again. That exploded. Most of it went out, almost left the infield.
This is a breaking ball. Just in on the hands of Dirks. You can see he hits it right off the label, saws it off. Barrel traveled out there pretty good distance.
Well, boy, that's scary. Crowd would love a punch out. Any out will do. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch from Capps to Dirks. Missed. like to get out of this inning right now without that guy coming to bat with somebody on base. Miguel Cabrera celebrating his 30th birthday. 3-2 to Dirks. Runner goes. Pitch. Foul back. Ninth pitch coming up. Here we go again at 3-2 to Andy Dirks. The pitch. Struck him out. Carter Capps brings up a big K. Back-to-back Ks in the 8th inning. And preserves this lead in 2-0 as we go to the home 8th here at Safeco Field. And oh, by the way, Sterling Bank, nobody works harder for you. Tells the story right here.
Take a look at the numbers from Scherzer and Hernandez from last night's game. 12 strikeouts each. Just one walk between them. Scherzer with the one walk. And how about a look at today? Iwakuma outstanding again. 6 innings pitched for him. Did not give up a run. And then Justin Verlander, we knew that was going to be a tough go again for the Mariners offensively. 12 strikeouts for him. But they finally were able to get to him in the 7th inning and score a couple of runs.
Veteran left-hander Phil Koch takes over. Phil pitched a scoreless inning with a strikeout last night.
Good fastball, slider. His 7th appearance of the year. ERA 6.23, 5 strikeouts. Hasn't walked anybody yet. Only 4 1/3 innings for him. You get the middle of the order: Morales, Morris, and Smoke coming up.
More runs don't hurt. Morales will bat right-handed for the first time today. First inning double, fly out the center, fly out the right since then. Ball for a strike.
And as you would imagine, Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Put it in play. Shortstop Peralta ranging to his left. Throws out Morales. A bartender. He's getting ready. 2-0 lead for the Mariners. Trying to add to it. He'll pitch in the 9th. And he'll face the heart of the order. Cabrera, Fielder, and Martinez. Michael Morris 0 for 3. Struck out his last 2 times up. one to Morse. We'll talk to you from Arlington, Texas tomorrow night. Mariners embark on a short road trip. We don't get to say that often. A short road trip. 3 against the Rangers in Arlington, 3 in Houston. 5:05 first pitch. One to Morse. Two balls, one strike to Michael Morse.
All the pitches have been inside to Michael. You take a look at Kyle Seager. Huge double. Pinch hit double for Kyle to drive in the first run for the Mariners.
Speed. 2-2.
See those pitches inside, and then the last pitch, a changeup right at the bottom of the strike zone.
One out, nobody on it. A 2-2 to Morse. Straight away is how they play him in the outfield. Pitch from Koch. Full count. Three and two. A long way, but foul.
A little late on that fastball. Still had that changeup in the back of his mind. Wasn't sure if Koch was going to challenge him or not. He did with a 92-mile-an-hour heater on the outside corner. Michael was a little bit late on it.
Bouncing the ball down to Peralta. Goes out Morse. 2 outs here in the Mariners' 8th. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass, always in moderation, to life, love, and loot. And by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Well, we started the day, a whole bunch of clouds. And then those clouds brought forth some rain, and it's raining hard now. About midway through the game, closed the roof, played on. Now 2 outs in the 8th for Justin Smoke. Exit strike 1. Infield hit for Smoke, sandwiched in between a couple of strikeouts, one looking, one swinging. Koch, breaking ball for strike. Oh, 2. 2 out, nobody on. Seems like the pitch sequence don't change.
No, they don't. And for Justin, we saw him taking a lot of pitches in spring training and working counts, but every now and then you have to fire on a pitch early. Just you can't just give him first pitch strikes all day. You're going to find yourself in a hole. Slider to his back foot on the last pitch. See what they want to do here. Typically, they try to keep the ball in on his hands if they can.
One inside. Fouls it off.
Good job to foul that pitch off just off the inside corner, but a little too close to take.
All in 2 strikes to Smoke here in the 8th. Mariners lead 2-0. 2 seventh inning, 2 out RBIs. Seager and Chavez. That's the difference right now. They got him off of Justin Verlander. Here's the 1-2.
Spoiled a good changeup from Coke that time. That was on the outside corner at the bottom of the strike zone. And Justin was fooled on the pitch, but was able to keep his hands back just long enough to foul it off.
Tom Wilhelmsen is ready. Ready to pitch to the heart of the Detroit order in the 9th. Phil Coke. Here he comes. 1-2 to Smoke. 2-2. Pitch. Breaking ball hit the left field. Coming on is Dirks. He's there. That'll do it. Coke throws a 1-2-3 inning. Hey, bartender. Time for the last call. Here comes Big Tom Wilhelmsen. Mariners lead 2-0. Was that close or what? Seager just got it in, maybe by a spike. Unbelievable. How about a contrast from last night's happening, the last play of the game, and a big play here this afternoon. Smokes at first last night and Dino here. Take a look. Both going at the crack of the bat. Got them synced up. Both of them cut that bag pretty well.
Yeah, it looked like they hit second about the same time. And he's about a step ahead of him hitting third right there. But as you watch them both come to home plate, it's basically a step and a half. And Dino ahead of Smoke going around the bases.
Big challenge for Tom Wilhelmsen. Here's Cabrera. His 30th birthday, looking at strike one. Cabrera, fielder, Martinez, 3-4-5 for Detroit. Miguel is 1 for 3 today. He's ahead of Cabrera 0-2.
7th appearance for Tom. 5 for 5 in save opportunities. ERA 1.29. 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Opponents average just 0.87 off the Tom.
Mariners starters 20-1 strikeout to walk ratio in this series. 0-2. Yakety yak. No, we missed. I was with you. I thought a big one was coming right over the top right.
You can see he didn't miss by much. Tom has one of the better curveballs you're going to see in the American League.
1-2 to Cabrera. Fastball. Popped up. Smoke taking a look. Oh, just missed. That took a big out.
Justin knows that short wall is over there. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo as he reaches for it. Looks like it hit something and ricochets back at him. Maybe the seats.
Nice job by the fan. A Detroit fan getting out of the way. Two of them. Times you see these guys stick their hand in their pitch. Look out.
Good fastball from Tom. 97 miles an hour on the inside corner.
Ball and 2 strikes. Mariner pitching has held Detroit, #1 hitting team in baseball, to 5 hits. Breaking ball almost hitting. Bryce smile from Prince Fielder. If you're going to get hit, that's the one you want to get hit by, not 97, 98, 99. That's for darn sure. 2-2 here. Pitch from Big Tom. Breaking ball. Backhand Seager. Takes his time. Throws across. 1 out.
Well, Miguel Cabrera hit the ball hard all 4 times, and he ends up 1 for 4. This is on the curveball. Little hanger in the middle of the plate. They wanted that down and away. Kyle Seager talked about his defense yesterday. Picks this backhanded. He knows he has time.
Fielder, 2 hits today. Bounced into a double play, 2 for 3. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Hit hard, passed Rafael Belliard, the first base coach. 0-2. Kyle Seager with a huge 2-out RBI double. Andy Chavez followed with 1, and Dino, he scored that first run. Mariners trying to get a victory, a feel-good victory before they head to Texas. 0-2 to Fielder. Golf that one. Long run, Chavez.
What a play.
Catch. Yes, indeed. Andy Chavez never gave up on it. Stayed with it, makes the catch. 2 outs.
As you can imagine, Chavez playing deep because Fielder is hitting, and he was out in left center field. That ball hit off the end of the bat. Little flare. He covered a lot of ground to get to it, and it looked like he caught it within inches of it hitting on the grass. A great play by Andy. You can see him out there in left center. This little pop-up and the amount of ground he has to cover. About a foot off the ground when he makes the catch. Great play.
Second base umpire John Hirschbeck out there. Had a good look. Here's Victor Martinez. 1 out away from victory for the Mariners as the crowd gets to its feet. 15,742. Franklin Gutierrez has made his share of great catches out there at Safeco Fields for the Mariners during his time here. Ball 1. Martinez is ground into a double play. Walked once, and another time walked intentionally. Mariners got out of the 7th inning jam. Vernon Capps, that was his first inning of work. Strike 1. Caps, and out away from his first victory of the season. Crowd on its feet. 1-1 count to Martinez with 2 down. Strike 2. This big guy puts a little wrinkle in it to go with the big power fastball. You're at his mercy. Plain and simple.
He may elevate a fastball too, try to throw at the top of the strike zone. If you're right.
2 outs, nobody on. Mariners lead 2-0. Wilhelmsen into the line. The 1-2 to Martinez. Ground ball, second base. This will do it. Ackley to Smoke. Ball game. Mariners win it. 2-0 on some 2-out heroics back in the 7th inning. Seager with an RBI double. Chavez brings in a run. It makes a winner out of Carter Capps. His first victory of the season in Indy. Chavez highlighting with a great catch here.
Also had a couple of hits, drove in a run. He drove in the second run for the Mariners, so a good day for Indy Chavez. And how about the Mariners? They're up against some tough pitching on this homestand today. Justin Verlander, last year's Cy Young Award winner. Kyle Seager comes off the bench. Pinch hit, double to drive in the first run for the Mariners. It's the biggest reason why Justin Verlander, who was on his game today, ends up taking the loss because of the swing by Kyle Seager.
Carter Capps gets the win. Verlander 2-2. Big Tom is 6th. Bartender, yeah, I'll have another save. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you tomorrow night from Texas, everybody. Let's send you out to center field and Brad and Bill.
All right, gentlemen, what a